There's a strange fact about Scandinavian homes that becomes obvious the moment you spend time in one. Nobody there seems to clean very much. You won't find a Saturday blocked off for scrubbing, or a hallway closet stuffed with products for every surface known to science. And yet the homes stay clean. Consistently, almost annoyingly clean. The kind of clean that makes you quietly reconsider your own kitchen on the flight home. The explanation isn't a secret product, or a stricter person running the household. It sits in 12 small habits, most of them so ordinary that the people doing them wouldn't even call them habits, just the normal way a day goes. No deep cleaning binge on the weekend, no elaborate chart taped inside a cabinet door, no color-coded schedule anyone actually follows, just 12 small, repeated moves, done without much thought, that quietly keep chaos from ever building up in the first place, one ordinary Tuesday at a time. Today, all 12, in order, exactly as they actually get used, not as a theory of tidiness. Before we go on, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We love seeing how far this story travels. And if you're loving it so far, join the family by hitting subscribe, because tomorrow, we've got something special lined up just for you. Habit number 1. Shoes come off at the door, every time, no exceptions, no negotiation. We've talked about this one before on this channel, so I'll keep it short, but it earns its place at the top of any list about clean homes, because it removes the single largest source of floor dirt before that dirt gets a chance to travel. Street grit, winter salt, whatever the sidewalk had to offer that day, all of it stops within 1 meter of the front door. A floor that never receives dirt needs vacuuming maybe half as often as one that does. That math alone explains a lot of what follows. Habit number 2. The entryway is built like a small, efficient machine. This is the part most homes outside the Nordics get wrong, even when they adopt the shoes-off rule. Taking shoes off has to be easy, or people stop doing it around week 3. So the Scandinavian entryway comes equipped. A bench at sitting height, hooks at every height including child height, a tray for wet boots, a cabinet that closes. Nothing decorative, everything load-bearing. When the transition from outside to inside takes 8 seconds and requires no balancing on one leg, the habit survives winter. And winter up there is long. Habit number 3. Cleaning happens during cooking, never after it. Watch someone cook in a Swedish kitchen, and you'll notice the counter looks roughly the same at minute 40 as it did at minute 1. Cutting board rinsed while the onions sweat. Mixing bowl washed while the oven does its work. By the time dinner reaches the table, the kitchen is already most of the way to done, and the part everyone dreads, facing a destroyed kitchen on a full stomach, simply never arrives. The total labor is identical. The dread is gone. Dread, as it turns out, was the expensive part. Habit number 4. Bedding gets aired, not just made. Walk through a Scandinavian apartment block on a cold morning, and you'll see duvets hanging over balcony railings like flags of a very calm nation. Airing bedding in cold, dry air kills dust mites, pulls out moisture, and keeps the bed fresher between washes. It takes 2 minutes, costs nothing, and means the bedroom smells like a bedroom rather than like sleep. A made bed looks clean. An aired bed actually is. Habit number 5. One thing in, one thing out. When a new sweater enters the home, an old one leaves. New mug, old mug. This connects straight to lagom, the idea of just the right amount, which we've covered before, and it quietly caps the total volume of stuff a household can accumulate. Most clutter problems are volume problems wearing a disguise. A home that holds a fixed number of objects can drift toward mess, but it can't drift far, because there's a ceiling on how much mess is physically possible. Habit number 6. Laundry runs on a schedule, not on a crisis. In many households, laundry is an emotion. It builds, it looms, and eventually it triggers a weekend-consuming event involving every basket in the house. Scandinavian households tend to run one small load on fixed days instead. Tuesday, whites. Thursday, everything else. Boring beyond description, and that's the compliment. A system this dull never produces a mountain, and folding one load while a kettle boils barely registers as a task. The mountain was always optional. Nobody tells you that. Preparing and narrating this story took us a lot of time, so if you are enjoying it, subscribe to our channel. It means a lot to us. Now back to the story. Habit number 7. Every object has exactly one home. Longtime viewers will remember a whole earlier video built around this, so here's the short version. Scissors live in one drawer, forever. Keys live in one bowl, forever. Clutter starts in the 10 seconds when someone holds an object and doesn't know where it goes, so the object lands on the nearest surface instead. Remove the decision, and you remove the landing. Astrid does not ponder where the tape measure lives. Astrid has known since 2011. Habit number 8. Surfaces stay empty by default. This is a rule about what a counter is for. In many homes, flat surfaces slowly become storage. Mail on the counter, chargers on the table, a jacket on the chair that has now legally become part of the chair. The Scandinavian position is that a surface holds what's being used right now and nothing else. Anything resting on a counter for more than a day gets sorted, filed, or thrown out. Empty surfaces also take about 4 seconds to wipe, which means they actually get wiped, which is half the reason the kitchen gleams. Habit number 9. Big windows, thin curtains, and nowhere for dirt to hide. Scandinavian interiors chase daylight for obvious reasons, the sun being something of a seasonal celebrity up there. But all that pale, low-angle Nordic light has a side effect. It exposes everything. Dust on a shelf, streaks on glass, crumbs under the toaster, all of it lit up like evidence. A home designed around light gets cleaned earlier and in smaller doses, because problems show up while they're still 5-second problems. Dim rooms let dirt mature in private. Bright rooms never give it the chance. Habit number 10. Fewer cleaning products, better cleaning tools, stored where the work happens. Open a cabinet in most countries, and you'll find 11 specialized sprays, 3 of which work. The Nordic version is shorter. Dish soap, vinegar, 1 all-purpose cleaner, decent microfiber cloths, and a proper vacuum that doesn't fight back. The tools live in the room they serve, a cloth in the bathroom, a small brush by the stove, so a 30-second wipe requires 0 walking. Distance kills small cleaning tasks. Nobody crosses a house to spend 30 seconds. Everyone wipes a sink when the cloth is already there. Habit number 11. Everyone who lives in the home cleans the home, starting young. Scandinavian kids clear their own plates, hang their own coats on those child-height hooks from habit number 2, and tidy their own rooms, at whatever standard a 7-year-old's room can honestly reach. The load spreads across every resident instead of collapsing onto one person, and the children absorb a fairly durable idea. A home is something you maintain, not a service you receive. 20 years later, they run their own apartments the same way, and the whole system reproduces itself without anyone lecturing about it. Habit number 12, and this is the one holding the other 11 together. The home gets a short reset every single evening. 10 minutes, maybe 15. Objects return to their one home. Counters go back to empty. The kitchen closes down like a small business that respects itself. And because this happens daily, the home wakes up each morning already at baseline, with no backlog, no accumulation, no Saturday of reckoning waiting at the end of the week, which reveals what all 12 habits actually are. Shoes stopping at the door, cleaning during the cooking, the laundry schedule, the empty counters, all of it is prevention, done in doses small enough that nobody experiences them as work. A Scandinavian home doesn't get cleaned harder than yours. It gets cleaned earlier, constantly, in increments too small to resent, spread across the week instead of stacked into one dreaded block of time. The dedicated cleaning day most of the world treats as a law of nature turns out to be a bill, the accumulated interest on a few hundred postponed 10-second tasks. The dish left in the sink until tomorrow, the mail left on the counter until it becomes a pile, the shoes left by the couch until there are 6 pairs instead of 1, waiting for a weekend that keeps getting worse the longer it's put off. None of these cost anything on their own. Add them up over a week, and they cost you an entire Saturday. Skip the postponing, and the bill never comes due in the first place, because there was never a balance allowed to grow. If even one of these 12 is going into your home this week, hit the like button and subscribe to Scandinavian Secrets for more of this every week. And tell me in the comments, which of these do you already do, and which one surprised you? I read every single one. Thanks for watching. Another one's coming tomorrow.